Well, hello everyone. Here to show you that student honor forever coloring right here is coloring and then the drawing, and of course right here is that you see right here that I went ahead and drew and colored a picture of me. It's like so far as a self-portrait of me on my graduation, and most of this right here was done by marker and crayon. But of course, part of it has already been done. But first of all, as you're talking about this, with the memory from what I remember, from my graduation, and of course, from the memory, from my graduation, as basically is talking about is that whenever I walked across the stage, and then whenever I got my diploma and stuff, and then so far as with my education goes, and a lot of times people would probably say that a lot of times on their graduation, if they finished, if they graduated, or if they, what you say is they got their GED or something like that. But basically is that when I look at this picture right here, this coloring, which I drew it from a picture that is a picture of me, of course, with my high school diploma, and this picture right here represents so far as you got the 12 years of school, and of course is that a lot of us here that nowadays it seems like that school goes on for forever, for in some certain way, such as the fact about that for what we learn nowadays, so far with what we do on taking care of things, and then of course with for whatever you do, so far as whenever you get your diploma and stuff. But of course, be working on the details right here is so far as you got is for the cap and gown detail right here, is I went ahead and added in some green, which of course the mascot over there at Rockbridge, of course, say it's for the Bruins would be as green. Green and gold, I think was the colors. It's a green color, and a lot of times people would probably wonder about the mascots. That you begin to wonder about for what that purpose reason to why they are represented by that certain color. And my best guess is that just the way that the school works is that they are represented by that certain mascot, and I guess you can say that it's kind of known as what you call is that that certain school for the school tradition is that for what they are represented by, what part of the family, what part of the numbers, say the family that school is represented by. And with graduation goes, which most of us here is no matter if it was 20 years ago, or if it was 30 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, that a lot of times that you can look at it just like yesterday, that you remember a lot of about almost maybe not very little, maybe not much, but maybe very little detail. Or what you say is you remember just some detail about about the memories that you have from whenever you graduated from high school or college, or we should say. But basically talk about the memories that you do have, that the memories that I do have, that I can maybe go on for 5 hours about the memories that I do remember, such as the time for whenever when I was going across the stage, and about what I look like, and then of course about the details about maybe what I was wearing, what I was doing, as you say, and of course the party, the senior all night party, and then along with the other activities that I did that night, so far as June 4th, 2004, that of course that a lot of other things that I did, the ceremony and stuff that I remember going to on graduation. And you got the detail right here, the American flag, and then the background detail right here. You got the tassel right here, and of course with the high school diploma, is that I think about it is that that is like you take your high school diploma or your college degree, or would you say your master's, your bachelor's, you say is degree, associate's degree, you say. And a lot of people would probably say that you go out and you want to be a real estate agent, or if you you want to it's like open up a business, or what you say is that you want to run a bar, or you say is that you get a job, a full time, or go out and get married. You say is go out and get a full time job, and maybe work. And it's like if driving cars, what you say. But there's a lot of students that would probably say that so far as the question and answer is that for the student honor, for what they do whenever they do graduate, is like where they are now. And I would probably say nowadays they have it to where you got Facebook, to where you can keep track of most of the the friends and stuff like that. But basically, what I had described right here, of course, this picture right here, this coloring was drawn from a picture, so you can know it's self-portrait. And there's probably a lot of people will probably say that drawing something like this is what you call it's like interesting, but I don't think I could do it. What you say? You begin to like wonder. It's like that that hear that quite a bit from a lot of people. It's like with me that you want to do something. What you say you want to kind of do something with you say with your talents. You're good at this. You're good at that. What you say, and then you kind of want to draw it out. You have that. You have that. The type you get in that mood to where you want to draw out what's on your mind. What you say is that so far as a cooking recipe, or so far as what you remember, and so far as it could be wedding, or it could be graduation, baby shower, you name it. That whatever that comes to your mind, and you draw it out kind of like this. And more likely, you could probably say that if you don't even know where to start, or of course one trick that I came up with right here is, of course, I started out with the eyes. You draw the face, and let's just say that if you start with the face and then the eyes, or the mouth, you say, or maybe the ears. Start out with the ears, is draw the face, and then after that, and then draw the neck, and then think about what position that you will be in. If you will be at the park or at the beach, or you should say. But if you were talking about, say, for graduation right here, is basically is talking if you got the cap and the gown right here, and then of course working with the number of colors right here, is you get the house right here. But for so far as my long story short, is basically talking about that with the say for student honor forever is to know that the memories that you do have is to know that it's like you'll keep these memories for your keepsake. And drawing this on a marker and crayon does in a lot of ways. I mean, it does more or less show the type of talent that I do have, such as what you call as is like with your diploma, is that you that's something that you worked hard at, and so is the talents. But so far with the student honor forever, and along with the question and along with the answer, is that question is to where it's like where what do I see myself doing, and maybe 5 years from now. More likely I could maybe make so this is like so far as building the future is to know is that is when wherever it's like for the future is what you make of it, is like for so far is for college, and along with that so far as building the memories. But so far as the student honor forever coloring and all at the graduation, to graduate, and then it's like you have right here. And of course, for any more information is to visit. It's like visit my page. It's like Matty Mick 25. It's like I am Matty Mick, and for student honor forever coloring.